she's like having to like maneuver around boxes and stuff. So at a certain point, it was just like, all right, we can't ship any more stuff to Trudy, so we're going to ship it here, and I'm going to drive up. So I'm going to just bring a whole bunch of stuff up, which really just only brought a couple of extra questions at the border. They were like, two middle-aged dudes in a minivan with a whole bunch of stuff in the back. What are you guys up to? So.
Hey everyone, welcome back to another exciting episode of the Liquid Weekly Podcast. I, as always, am your host, Karl Meisterheim. With me, my esteemed colleague, Taylor Page. Taylor, good morning and salutations.
Good morning and salutations, Karl. I made it this time. I wasn't here for the last episode, so thank you for letting me duck out. I appreciate it.
You're welcome. I got so many concerned comments. Where's Taylor? What happened to Taylor? Why do you hate Taylor? Finally, you got rid of Taylor. Good move, Karl. But yeah, it was tough.
Yeah. No, yeah. I mean, you handled it so well. I'm sure I'm a little bit worried now, like, because it was so well done that you're like, do I even need the co-host? So I'll try to do my best here, bringing some actual information and perspective here.
We do have high expectations today. Let's consider this an interview to continue in your post as co-host. So,
all right,
no pressure.
Let's do it. No pressure.
Hey, I noticed you are somewhat oddly dressed today. It's not how I would dress for an interview, but is there some significance behind what's going on with your attire?
Yeah, this is the .dev recap. So the reaction sode, or last year was the mega sode. So you've got to wear all the swag, right? Like, I've got this awesome hat from Good API I didn't even go to the event. I missed it, actually. But Amy still made sure that I got a little swag bag. It was super nice of her because I miscalculated all the timings.
Because that would be bad for the environment. So
yeah, exactly. So I'm glad that I made the cut. For people that signed up, didn't show up, still got a bag. So that was really nice of them. But yeah, no, I've got most of the lanyards. I actually lost one of them to the Epic Party. Zap it through. I don't know. Did you keep yours?
Was there a lanyard? Oh.
Yeah, there was.
There was.
For the people that signed up, Karl, did you crash it?
No, I was there. I think the snake ate my lanyard.
But I do have the cute little dinosaur guy. I had to steal it back. I gave it to my kids, and then I asked them to borrow it just for this episode. So
they ran out of those by the time I got in. So.
Yeah, I was in early. Cause my strategy this year was in early and out early. So I'm sorry to the Zapier team. Y'all crushed it per usual, but I had a talk to do later that week, and so I couldn't lose my voice. So I was like, I'm going to show up early and I'm going to leave early. I was only there for an hour and I was out. So.
Well, which is smart, because the only way to converse at that event was to basically yell, and that would not go very well for you.
Yeah. It was loud because they've got so much going on. It's so wild, and you don't even. That's the tough thing about some of these when you go to it, and it's probably just because I'm old at this point, and like you don't realize that like when it is loud, you're yelling without realizing that you're yelling, and then you get to the point where all of a sudden it's like, why does my throat so scratchy? It's just like I've been yelling for the past hour.
Yeah. Whereas me, like, I don't go to parties, but I still get that. And usually I realize, I've been yelling at my kids for the last 3 hours. So same thing, though.
Same thing. Well, that's why I would think that, also having kids, we would have built up some form of a tolerance at this point, but it apparently doesn't work that way. It's still stressful and strenuous. So
it is. So you got the lanyards. What else you got there?
I got the lanyards. we got this little, it's like a little drink pouch. Can you see this? What? Because of the reflection? Yeah. But yeah, you can put water in it. It's from the support heroes, those cool people. Angie.
They're very cool. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I'll send you actually some of this stuff because you left before BrightWork. That's where some of the stuff came from. So.
Or did I leave because of BrightWork?
Because of? That's so rude.
No, just kidding.
Yeah, but this is neat. It's got a little thing you can clip onto your backpack or whatever, and just a little sip of water every now and again.
Angie, if you're watching this, I don't feel bad, but I do feel bad.
Don't listen to him, Angie. He left. It's his fault. So I'll make sure he gets some still. There was still some stuff that I was like, I'm actually still trying to figure out. I have to get in touch with some of the sponsors from some of the events of that we had, because like they still had some like swag stuff left over because people maybe weren't able to stay the whole time. They'd get up for flights and different things or whatever. And so it was like, I'm just sitting on a pile of other people's swag that I'm like, I gotta get this back to people, or I'm just gonna hand it out at random stuff that I'm at. So well, I'll get it figured out. But yeah, I'll make sure you get a box of stuff.
Let's meet at the Pizza Hut, and you bring your box of swag and your poor family who's been sleeping in a camper, and then
the Pizza Hut, you have to explain that, because that was before we were actually recording of there's a Pizza Hut. So go into detail of what this is, and we'll get back to .dev. That's what people are here for, Karl.
Yeah, I told you it was going to be a tough episode to stay on track. And maybe Christine, our editor, can work some magic in here and do like some... Taylor and I were talking about how I like to spy on little towns and see what sort of amenities are there, because I dream of living in some other life. And discovered there's a Pizza Hut at a nearby small town that's kind of equidistant between the two of us, that has been remodeled in the classical style, circa 1980s, early 1990s Pizza Huts. And talking about how much fun it would be to go there and relive a portion of our youth. Well, at least my youth. Taylor, you may not have even been born when that was a thing. I don't remember.
Stop it. I'm not that young. Get out of here. Yes, the 90s pizza era was the golden years, man. Like that was classic Pizza Hut.
Yes. If that's something that appeals to you out there in the audience, this is obviously a very U.S.-centric thing. So sorry, Prakar, probably not one in India. But look up the Pizza Hut near you and see if it's been remodeled, because it's a cool thing.
Yeah, no,
that's
pretty
pizza.
Cool. Yeah,
that I can't eat.
Right, and then you can always hit up the buffet and do. This is one of my new favorite things. This is also swag. This is from Swim. It's got this cool little bag, which is very helpful. Swag. Yeah. So if I go to the Pizza Hut buffet, I could try to stuff some things in here or whatever. But this little crossbody bag is so functional. I love it. I brought it to the.
I got one.
Oh, did you get one? Who'd you get one from?
I didn't get it for. .dev. I had it prior, and I was sitting in my closet like, what am I going to do with this stupid thing? But then I was like, this is perfect.
It is perfect. They're just the right size. It's not a whole backpack. You can just, especially if I'm in another country, like I don't think about this or bigger cities. I shouldn't say other countries, just bigger cities. It's nice not to have to worry about stuff in your pockets. It's great.
I did feel a lot of times like it was an attempt to have a purse without having a purse. Like it felt very much like, we all know what this is. But
it is what it is, Yeah, and that's the big thing, is it works. It's great. I thought it was super functional. It was helpful not to have to, like I said, bring a whole bag. If you don't want to lose your wallet, your keys, your phone and stuff or whatever, and then have to go back and figure all that out. But we're jumping all over the place from the week. I think we should start kind of at the beginning of the week, traveling up, because we both have different perspectives. You flew, I drove. I got there for all the Monday stuff, and then I stayed a little bit later, and then you got to fly back. So where do you want to start? Should we start there, traveling up?
Yeah, tell us about your journey.
So my journey started, decided to fly up because a couple of reasons. One, flying is crazy expensive. That's the first part. And so in addition to that, we were bringing up stuff for BrightWork, which was really funny. So we're putting together this event after, right? And you don't actually think about the fact that if you're getting swag, you're getting signage and all this other stuff, it has to go somewhere, and you're renting space in an event, but you can't necessarily ship it there, right? And you can't coordinate stuff to land the same day. And so we basically shipped whatever we could to Trudy's place. Trudy's apartment looked like a small storage unit, basically. I felt so bad. And so she's like having to like maneuver around boxes and stuff. So at a certain point, it was just like, all right, we can't ship any more stuff to Trudy's. So we're going to ship it here, and I'm going to drive up. So I'm going to just bring a whole bunch of stuff up, which really just only brought a couple of extra questions at the border. They were like, two middle-aged dudes in a minivan with a whole bunch of stuff in the back. What are you guys up to? So no, it went pretty smoothly. They basically just wanted to make sure we weren't bringing alcohol into the country, and that was about it. Because they asked about, we're going up for an event, and all this other stuff. We've got stuff in the back for this. That's what that's for. They're like, okay, what kind of stuff, And so they were asking about that. But after they confirmed no alcohol or anything like that, and it's like, no, we're not. It's just like signage and printouts and stuff or whatever. They're like, oh, okay, it's fine. So, but yeah, I picked Dylan up on the way because he's in Cleveland. I'm between you and Dylan. I'm in a small town, right? Between Cleveland and Columbus area.
Turkey in our sandwich.
Yeah, that's me. So picked Dylan up on the way, and then we drove up. Pretty easy drive, not too terrible. Traffic was easy. Weather was nice right up until we got to traffic and stuff was in Toronto, obviously. But yeah, everything went smooth for us. We got in a little bit late.
A little boring.
I did a little boring. No, I mean, it was good conversation. Dylan's a really smart guy, and so he knows a lot more than I do. So that was great.
Because I wasn't in the car with you.
Oh, well, I mean, of course.
Originally hoped.
I mean, something was obviously missing, but
yeah,
that's but we made it. I did get a parking ticket because I parked in the wrong spot, but we got all that figured out. Hopefully, I don't know. We'll see. I appealed to the Canadian
magistrate,
traffic bureau people
House of
about
Lords.
That. Yeah, I'm not sure. So, but yeah, that was the worst part of it. Got a ticket for where I parked, but that was about it. So that was the bumpiest part of my journey to Toronto. You, on the other hand, you had a whole bunch of stuff happen.
Yes and no. Let's caveat here for those listening. I'm sure there are people that traveled from far-flung reaches of the world and had much more difficult trips and circumstances. So if you're listening to Karl complain about this, just understand I recognize that your experience may have been far worse than mine. So originally we were going to drive together, but then when you realized you didn't want me to come with you, you decided to use the excuse of I'm going to go 7 days early, and well, I can't do that. So
1 day earlier,
an alternate plan. So I spent probably 50 hours this summer watching airline pricing and trying to figure out the optimal ticket, because that's just the way my brain works. I even wrote a Claude thing to monitor flight prices and let me know.
I was going to ask, did you use ChatGPT for that or whatever? Just be like, hey, watch ticket prices. You did that? You still were manually jumping into there?
Yeah, because it wasn't super helpful. And honestly, the tool I ended up using primarily was Google Flights, and that one was a little hit or miss too, because you can sign up for alerts, but usually it would happen after the fact. But I did end up getting a reasonably good deal for what the prices were. Prices, like you alluded to, are pretty expensive for basically an hour flight from Columbus to Toronto. Yeah. Mm-hmm. So, got it all set. I was going to fly up Monday morning, and that would give me there in time to participate in the cool podcast thing that our friend Martin put on with, who else was part of that? Was that Support Heroes? Or
Support Heroes did it. Was Support Heroes did it with Martin. It was great. I won't rub it in too much, but it was phenomenal.
So I was really looking forward to that because they were very kind when I reached out to them about it. I'm like, oh, why don't you be on the panel? Oh, that'd be great, Martin. And Sunday afternoon before my flight, I was at church. I had checked in that morning so I could get a good seat, and then I was ready to go. And I got a text saying the flight had been canceled. It's like, oh, that's unusual. Why? They're legally obligated to give a reason why, and it was some very hand wavy, some kind of mechanical thing with the other plane. It's like, I talked to someone else later who I'll get to you shortly, and she was like, I think they do that when they don't have full flights, as a way to not run they being Air Canada. So we'll see if that's true or not. I don't know. The problem was I was sort of stuck because the way Google Flights had me book the ticket was 2 separate tickets instead of 1 round trip ticket. It was cheaper to do that. So they were going to give me a refund for the ticket if I wanted to, say, drive up instead, because that was only 7 hours. I could have driven it and still made it in time. But then I would have had the ticket on the way home that I would not have gotten a refund for, and I couldn't pack my car in the plane. They won't let you do that. So I would have been could have asked you to drive it back. Yeah. But you would have had 2 cars. I ended up rebooking for a later flight that day, and that all worked out. I just got in later. I missed that one event.
Yeah. And I'm sorry. That's a real bummer that you missed out. It really was a good event. It would have been even better if you were there. But Support Heroes and Martin, they did such a great job. Went home with a bunch of goodies and stuff. I think I even texted you a picture of all the baked goods that you missed out on. I was not a good friend in that moment of hey, look what you missed.
Yeah, you were not in that moment. The nice thing about the flight is I did end up meeting a person. She lives in Toronto.
Oh, cool.
By the way, I'm married, so that's not what this is going.
I was like, you met someone.
Her name, ironically, is Toby, which I thought was funny.
Really?
And she was visiting a sister in Columbus. So we got to talking a little bit.
Is Toby short for something?
No, it's a name.
Well, no, I know. I was curious if it was, like
Tobyana.
Toby is like Tobias or something, like or whatever. So like I didn't know if it was like short for something else.
I didn't go there with her. But ironically, we had met in queue to get on the plane, and then both came out of our separate immigrations right at the same time because she was Canadian and I was U.S. And so we had talked about taking the train. It's like, oh, we want to take the train together, so we did, and that was nice.
Oh, nice.
I had never taken it all the way to the Union Station. Is that Union Station?
Yeah, I think so.
Because last year I took the train too, but I had to get off early to make it to Penny's for the SDA meetup.
Yeah.
I was pretty impressed by that train station. There's a lot going on down there.
It's a pretty cool train station. I only have had to go there and drop people off typically. So, but that's what I did. Brendan came into there as well and didn't have to pick him up, but because he beat us back actually when we came back from the other thing that we were at. But he did make it to the podcast, the live podcast recording, but did drop him off and stuff. So because he's not too far from there. He gets to take the train in and stuff, which is pretty cool. Be that close.
Yeah, Brendan is cool. Hi, it's me, Karl, with a message from today's sponsor, me. I bet you didn't know that in addition to being an extremely talented and handsome podcast host, I also help build apps. And I help build Promo Party Pro with my good friends at EtherCycle. Promo Party Pro is a free gift with purchase app that out of the box gives you campaigns built to increase AOV and conversion. Set a spend threshold, show shoppers how close they are to earning a gift, and let Promo Party Pro handle the stuff you'd otherwise have to prompt or build if you're a Luddite, and maintain yourself. Discount functions under the hood, one app embed, no theme surgery, and campaigns that auto-pause if the gift sells out. You already built the beautiful store. You got people there. Well, we built Promo Party Pro to help you get a little more out of every visit without adding another custom build to your list. And if you're an agency, go to promoparty.app/agency and we'll give one of your clients a full year free. Not a trial, a year. Give it a shot. Check out Promo Party Pro in the App Store today. The other thing I forgot about my flight was I had to take the later flight and it also got delayed. So it was like, I was trying to get back, like, oh, maybe I can make this or make that. Like, it's over. So I just went straight to my Airbnb at that point, which this year I was feeling a little nervous about. I was kind of at the point of like, you know what? I think in the future I might just do hotels, but it worked out okay. It was decent.
Good. Well, next year maybe we'll figure out the Airbnb situation. Like we can all do a bigger one or something like that. I think that would be like a fun one to do. We did
next year, huh?
Next year. I don't know. I don't do Airbnbs unless somebody else books. I don't ever have a good experience when, I don't know. I'm like weird. I would rather just go to a hotel, pay a little bit more, and they take care of all the stuff. I don't want to go to an Airbnb and then you got to deal with the host and you got to like clean up and they have you do all these chores, but then still charge you like a $400 cleaning fee. It's like, I don't understand. I'll pay the fee or do the chores, but I don't want to do both. So,
I don't go those.
Yeah. So I don't know. I don't have the patience to like look for that stuff. That's why it's just hotel. Like you almost always know hotel to hotel. You know what you're going to get. You know how they work. Like, Airbnbs are just, they're too wild. So our Airbnb this year wasn't as nice as the one we had last year. I really liked the one that we stayed in last year. This one was a little bit smaller. The location was fantastic. Really, really good. But the Airbnb itself was kind of okay. So
I will say the last 2 times I've been, I keep booking in the same area, and it's in the Fort York area. It's these high rises, and so there's tons of Airbnb, like 1-bedroom studio kind of things, which is all I need. And it's super close. Like it's not by anything. There's no like you walk down the stairs and there's a restaurant like you would in the Village maybe or closer to where you were at. But it's super convenient to get to Anacare, and then going to Queen and King Street is not too bad either. So the hotels are all downtown for the most part. So
yeah, so we're right off of Queen Street, and easy walking distance to stuff that's right there. If you drive, it's like 10 minutes. If you take a bicycle, it's like 15-20 minutes at the most. So like to like where the actual conference and stuff is at. But like there's a lot of good areas that are close by and stuff. So we'll see. So
I do feel like I'm finally getting pretty comfortable with the Toronto mass transit system, which it's pretty good because I've only ever tried to use it for about 4 or 5 days total in my life, right? And so
I think
it's
pretty impressive.
Starting to piece this together. But I did get a lot of feedback from people saying that they really appreciated the episode we did with Trudy before .dev, where we talked about the city, talked about how to get around. So I think that's definitely something to keep in mind for next year too. People seem to appreciate that.
Yeah, we'll definitely have to do something like that next year. I had the same, a lot of like really great feedback about how that was really helpful for people. So we'll definitely do the same thing next year. I think that was really good.
I was just gonna say maybe we could try to be more helpful in general in the future. People might like that, but we're still figuring out how to make that work.
Nah. The other part was doing like the events and stuff like that, talking about everything that was happening. So Monday, you made it in for the Zapier party, but you missed. And in all fairness, I missed too. Like Monday, I signed up for way too many things. I think next year I'm going to have to be more mindful of that. I signed up for an agency brunch, and then I signed up for the Good API. I was going to like do some tree planting. And then I signed up for the live recording of the podcast. And then also there was pickleball that was happening. But then you start to actually look at stuff and see how far it is to get there. And I'm like, oh, I should have planned better to sign up and then try to get across town or whatever for all this stuff. Timing wise, it just didn't work out. So I only got to go to half the things I tried to actually sign up for on Monday.
Which is funny because the whole reason you left the day early and the whole reason I didn't go with you is because you wanted to go to that silly brunch.
I went to the silly brunch. I was just super late because I got the ticket. So then I was trying to move my car, and then I tried to find a parking spot close to the place because I was like, well, I have to move my car anyways, which was really funny because I talked to somebody and they were like, well, if you already got the ticket, you kind of paid for the spot for the day. You should have just like left it there. And I was like, that just makes so much sense. Why didn't I do that? I can only get the ticket once, you know? Maybe not. I guess next, I don't know. I don't know how that works, but so anyways, I went to 2 different parking garages that were close to this brunch, full, like couldn't find a spot. So then I finally found one that was like a 15-minute walk away. So which would have been just as far as if I would have walked from where we were staying at the Airbnb. So if I would have just left the vehicle, it would have been fine. But
yeah.
So anyways, I finally found this place, walked back, realized walking back that I was not going to make it to the Good API, planting and those sorts of things. And so
you hate nature.
Yeah, I know. I'm terrible. So did that. And then thankfully, so the agency brunch was cool. So Smile.io through the agency brunch, I believe they put it on. Really cool, but it was absolutely packed. I don't know how we weren't in violation of some fire code. Like you could barely move in there. I was sweating just walking in there, which again, super cool to see all those people. But again, because it was so busy, I ended up like just leaving after being only there for like maybe 20 minutes. I talked to Brenda and Trudy and a couple of other people, and then I ended up leaving. But there were some SDA people meeting at a coffee shop, like on the same block. So I just walked down there and we all hung out for a bit, which was really cool. But then, yeah, the live podcast recording was a little bit later, and that was not to rub it in, just to let other people know about the experience, Karl, that also weren't able to come. It was great. Support heroes, so they're just lovely people. Like Angie, team, just like lovely people in general. Very thoughtful about when they're doing stuff. They gave out these little swag bags that had coffee. It was great coffee from Colombia. That's like the team's like position there, right? And so great coffee. I already had some since I've been home. Wonderful. They had coffee there, and then pastries and stuff. The panel was great. Like they did a couple of panels actually. So, and I think Martin's already posted those. Like Martin's very quick at getting a lot of this stuff out. So stuff that they had from that, it was really, really good. So people can find that online, or if we can find it, we'll throw it in some show notes. But then afterwards, yeah, they had ice cream. So I was going to try to make it to pickleball, but then they had ice cream and I was like, well, I'm going to be very late to pickleball and they have ice cream here. So Sandesh, I am so sorry, but I chose ice cream over being late to pickleball. So, I didn't realize how far they were. And I was like, well, I'll end up being very late. So, but no, all that was really, really great. And then after that, Zapier Epic Party, which you were at. So
I was at. I made it.
You made
barely.
it. But you were there.
And what was weird is I saw you there, and I saw you throughout the week too, and we had not seen each other for like 10 months, like in person. Yeah. But it didn't even click. Like it's just, it's just another day with Taylor, right? It just feels very natural, like because we see each other all the time, but not in person. I don't know.
Right. We're just like that, you know. It's like, oh, it's my friend Karl. I see him. I see him regularly. It is weird though when you see people in real life, but I think we've had enough connections in person and in online that it is more like, oh, that's my friend Karl. Hello, you know.
And it does make me very grateful. I'm speaking of the Zapier thing a little bit, but more of the whole thing. And dear listener, we are going to show some footage here in a little bit. We did some street style interviews, so bear with us. We're just kind of riffing on our preamble here. We're very blessed to be able to go to these things and have a group of friends, either from the fact that we've been there before and more to SDA, right? But obviously we met some folks along the way that were there first time, didn't know anyone, just they're in a Shopify space and wanted to come, right? And that would be a much more difficult, I think, experience. And so grateful for all the people that I know and that are friendly every time I see them, and at least fake it for a couple of days. I know it's hard, but I appreciate it. So.
Yeah, it is pretty cool to like be able to show up to like an international event, right? People from all these different countries all over the world or whatever, and that you have friends when you show up. That's pretty cool. It would be very daunting to show up and not really know people. So yeah, that is definitely a thing to be thankful for.
Yeah, I tried to keep that in mind too as I met and interacted with people. Mm-hmm. If you see someone that's kind of on their own, make it a point to say hello and invite them in, because it's lonely out there.
Right? Absolutely.
Yeah.
Well, we both were pretty good about Zapiet, and then we ducked out because we knew the next couple of days were going to be a lot, right?
Yes, and the party was a lot, so I think a certain amount, like, okay, I'm good, and then ready to go home and decompress.
Yeah, and the party was great. Like Zapiet always does a great job. It's always a lot, and like I said, I don't know, I'm getting older, so like it's just the loud noises and all the things I can only handle so much. So and it's right when you get in, so it's cool to start seeing people and stuff like that. But next day, I mean, .dev started. So it started early, but it kind of started late because they had to push it back. So I don't know. Were you one of the people that got caught in the queue trying to get in early enough for all that?
I was. It was a long line to get in.
Yeah.
So
and we got in.
I made it inside in time, but
yeah. Dylan, Brendan, and I headed out we wanted to be there like pretty early, like when the doors opened. And I'm thankful that we did, because we didn't have to really wait. But other people, I don't think, really expected that. And then it started to rain, so it was tough because like we'd have this beautiful weather in the forecast the day before, and like it was supposed to be nice the whole week, but then there was this rain that moved in, right? And so they had to move sign-in inside. So that was a pivot for them as well. But it ended up just really getting super long lines. I know people waited a long time to get in to get their badges and stuff. You got to get your lanyard, your cool badges. What? And so that took a lot longer. So they ended up pushing back even the keynote to open. Like everything got bumped back like an hour, basically, to help try to get people through the lines and stuff. And then, like once that happened, it was just, meeting with people, trying to catch a couple of things. We were able to do a handful of interviews, which was great. I think we did most of our interviews the first day, right?
I think we did all of them the first day. The only thing that spanned days that I'm surprised you haven't already touched on were my in-depth reviews of the various snack options at .dev. So if you missed those...
Yeah, I was trying to build up to that, so that's perfect. Okay. They were great. Yes. Sorry. We'll make sure to link a couple of those in the show notes, right? Like we need to have... There's a whole series. Did you use a hashtag or anything to link them all together? People just have to...
No, I mean, I don't post that much to X, so on my X profile, it's all on there. But I just thought, everyone takes this so seriously, like business. I gotta pitch my thing, get my stuff, whatever. I thought I just like to eat, and I'm sure other people might enjoy that too. So it was kind of just tongue in cheek, stupid, but I interviewed some snacks. So if you like snacks, check them out.
Yeah, no, I think it's great. I think it's fun. Like it's part of the experience, right? Because it's like everything that Shopify does. It's everything the whole week. I was telling people I don't feel like I had to actually like buy a whole lot of meals during the week. It was just a lot of like, there's food and stuff everywhere you go. And so Shopify obviously did a great job of that, all the meals being brought in. And then, snacks the whole time. Karl, I don't think you ever went without a Diet Coke the whole time we were there, right?
Well, the second day, and this is something I've learned in the past, like even though it's only a 2-day conference, like as you get near, like after lunch on the second day, like things start to thin out. So there's one point I was like, I could use another Diet Coke, and I just could not find one anywhere on the first floor. So I had to go hunting. Because I thought, it's probably one of those things where the most obvious ones are taken, and there's got to be some cooler somewhere that just is tucked away somewhere. And so I, in fact, did find one, and
good.
It was okay. But
it was okay, just okay.
No, it was good. Like I was just partly proud of myself for being able to find it at all, and partly like, the other thing too is I had hid some stuff because I had so much swag the first day. Like I'd taken a coffee mug. And kept getting cookies from the one place. Oh gosh, I can't remember the name. Who are the cookie folks? They kept giving us cookies.
Oh, Felix and Norton, man! Like they were walking around giving out cookies. Simon wasn't there, but he had people handing out cookies for him. And
so I had
little
this
QR code. Did you win?
Cookies.
Did you scan all your cookies? They had a QR code where you could have won like store credit or something like that for a whole bunch of cookies.
Kept going to 404s for me. So
Blast.
anyway, I found like a secret spot in the conference area, so I hid that so I could pick it up on my way out the second day. Because
You had a little stash there?
And I went to go get it the second day, and there was someone like right there. I was like, okay, I gotta wait for this person to go somewhere else so I can sneak in there and get my stuff.
My gosh, you get to cause a diversion to get some, so like you can get to your small treasure trove. Oh my gosh.
Yeah,
I didn't even know
it's a
about this. This is hilarious.
Yeah, well, it's secret. That's the definition.
See, you should have brought your little bag. You could have
I had
stuffed
it.
stuff in there. I guess that's true. Yeah, that's true. That's true.
We
That's
can't
true.
put a coffee mug in there. It's not good.
No, actually, oh man, I was trying to bring all the swag stuff and I forgot. There's a whole bunch of like swag stuff I didn't even bring. So, that would have been a good one. The coffee mug I was just drinking out of. This is from our local coffee shop or whatever. So
I haven't gotten to use it yet. My wife appropriated it. So
that's
the one cool thing I got, and I'm just jumping around here, but at the end of the first day, which is a fun day, you very graciously invited me to accompany you to your Build Award winner
Oh yeah.
dinner thingy, right? Which is a lot of fun. But while I was waiting for you to get back from your Airbnb, because you went to change wisely, I really wish I would put pants on. I mean, I had shorts on it. Anyway.
Yeah, I was like, clarify real quick there. This was not a pantless party here. This is...
Anyway, the Shopify mascot thingy was around there, and Harshdeep was there, and he was very excited about that. And so I went to get my picture taken. And apparently, if you do that, you get a thing, to like a scratch off to win something. So I got a scratch off, and I ended up winning a Rubik's Cube.
Ah,
Yeah,
that's
a
awesome.
Shopify Rubik's Cube. So I gave it to my daughter, who has not figured it out.
Yeah, I can't figure those things out. That's awesome. I didn't realize that they were doing the scratch offs for that. I would have tried to get a pick with Shopi.
Yeah, I didn't tell you about it because I wanted to be the only one, and here I am, the only one.
Other people are just
Take
like so
that,
much better
Taylor.
too at that. I take that. I always regret not taking like more pictures with people when I'm there. I'm usually just like trying to, as much as possible, be in that moment or whatever. And I don't always do a good job of like, hey, let's like snag a quick picture. Other people are always better at this than me. But then we get done and I'm like, oh, like I should have grabbed a picture with so-and-so. That's, man, so you know who Adam Wathan is? Tailwind CSS guy? Like him and, okay, so like, and
Yes,
so
you've talked about him a bit.
I haven't talked about him on the podcast. Listen, guys, I got to meet Adam Wathan in person. He was in that backed up long queue line trying to get into .dev, but I was just like, Adam, what are you doing here? And I don't know if he's used to like people probably being a little crazy around him or whatever, because it was kind of like, hey, I don't live that far from here, and I figured I'd come or whatever, which he didn't let on. Obviously, he was Ben Sales' guest because that's part of like the new stuff with Liquid was they're going to start looking at like helping incorporate Tailwind. Anyways, but I was just so I was chatting with him or whatever, and at a certain point he's just like, "Do I know you?" or whatever. And I was like, "No." I was like, "I'm sorry. I'm just a huge fan. I'll stop bothering you," or whatever kind of texting. I took off, but like I would have loved to have snagged a picture with Adam, and that would have been cool.
Adam, if you're listening to this, I'm very sorry. I apologize on behalf of my co-host Taylor. That was very socially awkward, and
I just looked like a crazy person, probably trying to bug him. So I left him alone after I kind of realized, like, oh, okay, like he doesn't need to hear this from me. So, but yeah, no, that was cool. Other people are so great at that. I wish I was better at that part for sure. But anyways, so that was day one. We covered day one pretty well. Talked very briefly. They did do a Build Award dinner. Invited us up to this cool like rooftop dinner thing. That was really cool, really special. They gave all the Build Award winners that year their medals, and then or not medals. I'm sorry, but what would you call this? What do you call this?
Bludgeoning device.
That's They gave them their the actual award. So they got these things or whatever.
Oh yeah, show us your award again. I don't think we've all seen it enough. Go ahead. Yeah.
See the other side too. It's got my name on it. So they gave them those, but they got jackets too this year, which was cool. That was really cool.
Did you not get a jacket?
No. That's the first year they've done jackets for Build Award winners. Last year they did the jackets, but it was for like the top 25 BFS apps. And so this year it was just they got that and that. Which is cool. Like that's really cool. So
I have a lot of questions about the jackets. Like it's such a specific style of jacket. I'm trying to figure out like, where did that come from?
I think it's just like those are kind of like in again. I don't know. And I only know that because like my daughter, my 10-year-old daughter is like, she just got one of those jackets or whatever. Cause like, that's just like the cool thing to wear right now, apparently. So makes me miss my glory days with my varsity leather jacket, It's just, but I digress. So we did that day one. Was really cool, really nice that Shopify did that and stuff. And then day two, so I had a talk on metaobjects. I think it went well. You were there. Thanks for supporting. Appreciate you. A lot of
You did a wonderful
friends
job.
showed up. That was really nice. And so did that. And then we did the live filming, live recording there at like .dev studio, which was really cool. That was our last episode, which was really, really cool that Shopify set that up. So huge thanks to all the people at Shopify who made that happen. Not just like all the stuff leading up to or whatever. Like everybody from that team is awesome to work with. It was really cool. They put a lot of thought into that.
I share your sentiment there exactly. And it's funny because when they first pitched the idea, I was thinking, oh, this is going to kind of stink because in my head, I'm thinking like there's going to be some room in the conference center, like we're going to have to find, there's going to be nobody around and it's just going to take us out of the action for a couple hours, right?
Mm-hmm.
But this was like right there in the main room. Everybody could come and watch and it was a super nice setup. Yeah, it was
great. Like off, like on, like right where they had all the product booths. So like all the people talking to Shopify folk at like for online storefront and for checkout and for, all that. And then just like right next to all of that was this live recording session booth thing or whatever. It was really cool. They did a really great job with it. It was very, very, very cool.
I was going to share that was a lot of fun doing those together, except for maybe the second round where we had to share a mic and you and I were kind of doing the.
I was trying not to like knock you over every time I had to like lean over and ask a question. I was trying to let, avoid that. I didn't know if it would be better to like grab the mic and pull it over or just like do, I don't know. We didn't get to
hoping we'd both go for the mic at the same time.
That's
faces to touch.
We didn't get to practice that ahead of time doing it live like that. So that was new. So after all that, then we had the block party, which was super cool that they added that this year. That was really cool, right? So Shopify, everyone from Shopify is in for Summit, which is Shopify's own like big annual, like we bring everybody in kind of type thing. And they're at the place across the street from us basically. And so Shopify shut down that street somehow, like, because they're Shopify and like, oh, hey, like we're just going to get this street in Toronto shut down between these two massive conference center buildings. And yeah, just food trucks, like vendors, all this stuff or whatever. They had live music, they had games, everything or whatever. So Shopify folk and then all the partners and stuff, everyone just got to hang out for a little bit, which was cool because even then it's like you could have interacted with a lot of the Shopify folks who are they're working. Like we're there for a conference and we're kind of working a little bit too, right? And you're getting to kind of like interact with people and stuff like that. But this was just like a time to hang out and have fun. So that was really cool that they did that. It was a blast. It was a lot of fun.
Yeah, when that happened, well, first of all, by the end of day one, I was like, okay, I could be done just energy-wise. And last year was only one day. So like, I got all the day to go through. Like, okay, got to kind of regroup. And then at the end, I was like, the block party would be cool because I saw them set up the stage during the day and already I was impressed. Like, that's going to be great. So I went out there and, there's 8,000 people milling about because there's 6,000 that were there for Summit and 2,000 or so for .dev. And I saw some tables and like 5 food tents. Like, oh, well, this is nice. Like, I'm going to grab some food before it gets super busy, sit down. I was trying to connect with a couple friends. And then at some point we decided, you showed up. I was like, well, let's just go explore a little bit. So we started walking down the street and it just kept going. Like I had no idea how huge it was. Like they didn't really give any indication of what was going to be out there. At least I didn't see any, right? So they had multiple stretches of food, all kinds of different food, entertainment. They had people painting. They had people doing acrobatics. They had all kinds of weird stuff going on. Games, lawn games and stuff, right? And super nice porta potties. Those are great too.
That was a highlight. I actually took a picture and a short video with nobody else in there. There's nobody else in there because it was super. So have you seen the show New Girl? Have you watched?
I'm aware of it. I have not watched it.
Okay. Well, they had a whole episode where it was basically like the one guy was supposed to, that was his job, was for this big event was to get like, figure that out, the porta potty situation. And he got this like really terrible one. The other guy, knowing that he was going to drop the ball on this, got like this really nice fancy one. And that was what it was. It was like, oh, these are like the really nice fancy ones. Like this is pretty nice.
The trouble was, as we kept walking though, like we would see like, oh, I want to try that. And we just keep picking up food, not knowing this went on for what felt like a mile, right? So by the end of it, like I have eaten so much it's uncomfortable.
Yeah. And because they literally shut down a street. So it was just, you just kept walking and walking and wow, it was incredible. I didn't get to get the meat and the little cone or whatever they had. The line was just too long for it. I was not willing to wait that long. So I hope the people that did get to enjoy it, I hope it was as good as that line suggested. So
The highlight for me was at the end of the block party. We ended up walking all the way back, and we parted ways at some point. But I ended up hanging out with Prakar and Kirill.
yeah.
And we found the pizza truck, so I got some pizza. And then they had chess set up, so I got to watch Kirill and them play chess. And then we found this other lawn game. I don't even know what the name of it was. I don't know if it's Canadian or just something else, but you basically put pegs on the ground, and you got a ball, and you had to like try to hit them. Was it a ball? No, it wasn't even a ball. It was a stick. You like threw a stick to try to knock these things over, which was fun. But you kept like overthrowing, so you kept hitting other people that were also playing this game. I'll look it up. Someone who was watching this knows what this game is called. Let us know, because it actually was really hard, and it was still fun. So
Yeah.
that was fun, and the music was good too. Like it was all classic rock and stuff like that, which I enjoyed.
Yeah, it was great. Everything was so well done.
But the only sad part was I wanted to go get another slice of pizza, and I think they were supposed to be open till 10, but the pizza one closed down like at 9:30. I was watching. I was like, oh come on, guys.
Maybe they ran out. I'll bet they did. All the people
They
just hitting
couldn't
them
save
up.
one slice. Okay. Anyway, so that was the end of day 2.
And then you went home and it was over.
The next morning, yeah.
Yeah. So next morning, so you went back and we did BrightWork, which turned out really well, I think. There was
I've
a
heard good
run
things.
the morning before. That was another thing that I signed up for and did not go to. But there was just like so much more stuff to do. Obviously doing like an in-person event and it being our first time, there's just it'll be great having more information to go into it the next time. But there was just a lot of stuff, that shows up that day. So didn't get to do it that day. Had to go to Trudy's apartment/storage unit that morning to get all of the stuff that we had. I'm sure Trudy was so happy to finally get her apartment back. And so we got all that stuff there. Folks from SDA showed up, helped pack all the swag bags and stuff, which was really, really helpful. I was fumbling around trying to put signage stuff together or whatever. But no, it turned out great. People were very, very receptive to the idea. We fought some kind of like stuff with the room. Like it was set up like one big giant room. And so that's one thing I think we can improve next time. People were so happy to like hang out and meet together, but then it was hard when we had speakers, like people getting talked over. So we ended up having to just like kick people out basically of like, hey, go have those conversations outside, please. So that way we can do this. But the rest of it turned out great. It was really cool to see that much networking and interacting and relationship building, whatever you want to call it or whatever, people just hanging out, kind of like, debriefing after the whole week at .dev. So I think it turned out really well. I was super happy about all that and very grateful for all the people that did show up. Thank you. That was really, really cool to have that happen. So
Yeah, I think that was the worst conference that you've ever thrown because it was the first conference you've ever thrown. And they're only going to get better because you're going to iterate. And I don't think people appreciate just how much work you and Trudy and everyone else that pitched in had to put in to pull this off. It was not the plan this summer, right? This all arose from the ashes of the other conference. And
when Tectonic got canceled, it seemed like the right time to. We talked about events previously, and that was like a long game kind of type thing for SDA to be able to host that because it's like community, and so obviously we want to do anything community related that means events. And so like it just. I don't know. I really thought that there were going to be more events that popped up. Like, you know what I mean? Like I thought we were going to do this.
Sucked all the energy out of that space.
I think so. I think because we were like right in there.
Who wants to compete with that?
As soon as that happened. So yeah. But after BrightWork too, then Trudy threw like multiple events that week. And so she did another one with Matt Humphrey. They did a frat party, which was really cool because it was actually at a frat house. And I was a little bit, like I don't drink all this other stuff or whatever kind of time. So I was like, I'll be the DD and like I'm going to support my friends, and those sorts of things. But no, it was a lot of fun. And but it was really funny because so Dylan like was in a frat in college and stuff or whatever, and he had such a blast with it. Like I'm pretty sure he would have slept there if he could. We had to drag him away. It's like 2:00 in the morning by the time we finally left. So it was a lot of fun. Matt came out and like was playing on his guitar and stuff or whatever. So we had some live music going on. It was a blast. It was a lot of fun.
I'm glad you had a good time.
Yeah. Some other folks did a yacht party at the same time too, which is pretty cool.
See, my flotilla idea.
Yep, they had to, because I think they filled up
yeah.
one yacht. They actually had to get another yacht. So one more, and it would have been the flotilla. So right, I think you need at least 3. Do you need at least 3? I'm not sure what the rules are.
We'll double check that. Yeah, we'll fact check that.
Yeah. So, but anyways, yeah. After all that, it was great. People started heading home. I don't think there were any Friday events. There might have been some Friday events, but I didn't do any. My family actually came up and we did some stuff. Went to Cirque du Soleil and stuff. They were in town in Toronto. We went there Saturday. That was really cool. If you ever get a chance to do that, do it. That was super cool.
Been there, done that.
Yeah. So,
Did you go to medieval times like I told you?
Didn't go to medieval times. I've gotta save some stuff for the next trip. You know what I mean? So we went up, because Sunday we went up with actually met up with Dylan and his family and stuff. We went to the Centerville Island. I can't remember the little amusement park that's up there. You take a little water taxi out to this island, and then it's just this cute little amusement park or whatever. If you've got younger kids, like, it's great. So we spent the day there, and then there's a beach there too. So we went there afterwards and hung out for a while before we came back to town and had some dinner, and everybody kind of went their separate ways then at that point. So it was a really good time. Love Toronto, great city. It was a good way to end a very, very tiresome week. Very good, very full, great week, but yeah.
Well, speaking of ending the week, I think maybe we've gotten to the point of needing to end our narrative here.
We do, yeah. So, I think we covered it. We've got some cool street interviews from .dev that we can then roll right into, right? We got to talk to a lot of cool people.
Yes, we did. All right, so we'll roll the tapes. Taylor, it was really good talking to you again, and next year we'll see what happens, right?
All right, sounds great.
Hey, we're here at .dev. It's me, Karl. Taylor's behind the camera as always, and we're here to talk to 2 of my favorite people, Angie and Amy. I'm going to ask them each to tell us a little bit about who they are and what they do, and then we'll get to some questions. So, Angie, tell us about yourself.
Hi, I'm Angie. I'm a brand ambassador at the Support Heroes, and what we do is we offer specialized customer support for your Shopify apps, 24 hours a day, 365 days a year. If you're tired of answering support emails and you're ready to open up a new support operation, I'm your girl.
You heard her. She's your girl. And next to us is Amy. Amy, who are you? What do you do?
Hey, I'm Amy. I am the content lead at Good API. We are a sustainability app, the top one in Shopify App Store. And if you download your API into your store, you can plant trees, remove plastic from the ocean, or donate to over 1 million charities in the US.
That's really cool. So, Andy, tell us a little bit about what is it you hope to get out of your time here at .dev?
Honestly, I'm just here to meet people who are in the Shopify ecosystem and who are bringing so much exciting stuff into the space, not only in the form of app development, but also just community building. So one of the things that we're doing this week is obviously we're going to BrightWork, and I think that that's one of the coolest things. SDA developers really stepped up. They're hosting a whole event for Shopify devs, and that's what I want to build. We actually hosted our first event this week, and we hope to continue creating that kind of community as the years go on. That's honestly really what I'm here for. I just want to make friends.
You heard it here. She just wants to make friends. And I'll be your friend, Angie, but I'll continue to be. But Amy, how about you? Do you need friends?
Actually, same. I need friends. I always need friends. I'm a very friendly person, so I'm here to meet everyone, to spread the word about Good API. And yeah, pretty much make friends, meet people. You guys are so lovely. The Shopify ecosystem is so amazing. So yeah, that's pretty much it.
Now, Amy, what's the deal with the cookies you keep pushing on me? Tell us a little bit about that.
So there's a brand called Felix & Norton. They are our merchant, and we're just giving cookies to people here to actually people get to know the brand as well, and they work with us, and we actually built an app together called RaiseWave. It's a fundraiser app, so it's really cool walking around with like a merchant and talking about this, telling the stories. So yeah, that's why we're giving cookies to everyone.
Speaking of cookies, you two, it's late afternoon now on the first day. You've hopefully had some time to have lunch, maybe sample some snacks. What has been your favorite one thus far?
Ooh, there was like this, it's not even a snack, it's like a whole meal. There was a tofu wrap breakfast thing this morning. That was awesome, honestly. It was great. But The Felix and Norton cookies are really freaking good. Like, you guys need to get on that.
Well, I have been on it, as you will see. And Amy, how about yourself? Anything stand out to you?
Yeah, actually, it's funny because every time it's my third year at DotDev, and I always see the trend in beverages here. Like everything that I see here, I see in Europe like 4 or 5 months from now. So I love to go to the fridge and see what they have over there and try everything. So I will see them in Europe. So I like to see the trends, you know. So the beverages are the greatest thing here.
They do have a lot of good beverages, and I don't know who to thank, but I do appreciate that they continue to have Diet Coke and Coke products here at .dev. Look forward to seeing that in the future as well. So, last question, Angie, what do you hope to take home with you from your time here at .dev?
Like a physical object, or?
Well, I was thinking more metaphysical, but it could be physical, it could be an idea, it could be a learning.
Genuinely, and it kind of ties into what I was talking about earlier, we want to learn more about how people in the Shopify community are moving around. How are they meeting? Where are they meeting? I want to know because I want to be there. So if you guys are hosting anything this year, please let me know, and I would love to come to it.
And if people want to get in touch with you, where will they find you?
You can find me on LinkedIn. My name is Angie Saza, and it's spelled very weirdly, A-N-G-G-Y.
Took me a long time to figure that one out before I met her. And Amy, how about yourself? What are you hoping to take home with you, and how can people find you?
Actually, friends, you know, I would love to meet more people and talk about like planting trees and removing plastic from the ocean. So I love to bring friends home, I think, to get more people. And yeah, that's pretty much it. I am chronically online. I'm the social media person, so you can find me anywhere. X, LinkedIn, Instagram, everywhere. Amy, that's me. So yeah.
Well, there you have it, folks. People don't need friends and give away cookies. I think that's a match made in heaven. So yeah, thanks for chatting with us, and we'll see you around .dev. Hey, we're back here at .dev. It's me, Karl, with Adam Wathan, who I've just met now. So, Adam, tell us a little bit about yourself. Who are you? Where'd you come from? What you're working on?
Yeah, sure. Thank you so much. So, my name's Adam Wathan. I have an app called POS Cafe, or POS Cafe, built for the Shopify point of sale platform. And I've traveled over from southeast Queensland in Australia.
Wow, that's quite a trip. And POS is something I remember first learning about way back in 2019. It doesn't often get a lot of attention, but tell us, what's your experience like on that platform? Have you seen a lot of changes and new announcements?
Oh, absolutely. The POS dev team is just incredible. Absolute powerhouse. They're building new features, new functionality all the time. And just even in the last 12 months, the POS platform has just really gone from strength to strength, and it's a really incredible platform. And the POS team are just really amazing to work with as well. They really listen to our feedback and really, really care about the platform, and they are always working to make it the absolute best out there.
That's amazing. And so what is it about that platform that you enjoy doing development-wise? Is it that there's fewer apps to compete with? Do you like that style of problem to solve for merchants, or is it just kind of where you landed?
Yeah, I think that definitely the appeal of building something that's a little bit different and a little bit outside the box. A challenge that was not, that was our first exposure to point of sale. We were working with a merchant with our agency, and they had a really unique problem. We tried to find a solution, and there was nothing out there that existed for that merchant, so we thought it was a really good opportunity to build something and try and find a solution for that problem. So yeah, that's how we got started.
Amazing. And now you've come a long way to be here. What would be something you could bring home that would make you feel like you got value out of making this long trip?
Oh, it is a long trip, but it's definitely worthwhile. I love coming over. I was very fortunate to come last year as well, and it was incredible. I think that there's two main parts for me. There's the actual content and learning about all the new features and functionality that's being released. Like I just came out of a workshop about Shopify-powered analytics, which was amazing. Learning about the new events that Harshdeep's been working on has been incredible. Sidekick extensions. But then also the other side of it is the relationships and being able to interact with the Shopify team, meet incredible app developers and partners, and make new friends and catch up with old friends as well.
That's a good answer. And I have a quick question. Have you ever watched the Liquid Weekly podcast?
I have watched a few episodes, definitely, but I have a lot to catch up on.
Well, that's okay, but you've watched enough. So tell me, who would you say is your favorite host? It's okay, you don't have to answer that. We're putting you on the spot. One last question is, have you had any snacks here? And if so, which one stood out to you?
Oh, good question. I have had a couple of snacks. I really like the beef jerky. Is definitely a favorite for me. Yes.
Beef jerky was good. I went for that one too. Well, make sure you try some of the others. They're bountiful and they're delicious. It's nice meeting you, Adam.
You too, thank you. Absolute honor to meet you, so thank you so much.
Take care. All right, hey, we're back with Brendan Quigley, one of my close personal favorite friends. Brendan, tell us about who you are and what you do.
I'm a Shopify developer.
You heard it here, folks. Brendan Quigley, Shopify developer.
Do you want do you want me to actually just say what I am, what I do?
Yeah, what? Why would anyone care to know who you are?
Okay, well, my name's Brendan Quigley. My agency's 3 Acres, and I help merchants with their stores.
Is there any particular type of vertical or niche that you specialize in?
Merchants that need help. I know that sounds silly, but I tend to solve the problems that merchants have.
And what do you hope to get out of your time here at .dev?
Mostly it's to meet with friends in the industry that I only get to see once a year. But every now and then there's gems that you get from the Shopify people on the floor or the talks that you attend that you can bring back and put into practice.
Excellent. And tell us a little bit about your use of AI. I know you are giving a talk tomorrow, if I'm not mistaken. Give us a little highlight or maybe a one-liner from it?
Well, it's a panel, not a talk. So.
Okay, 2 people is not a panel. We talked about this. 2 people is a discussion.
I guess what I would say the highlight is for me, the work that I do, AI has super improved the output and the quality and what I'm able to do. So that's the sneak peek, yeah.
Well, I'm very interested to hear more about that, as I'm sure our one listener is as well. Brendan, tell me this. What have you had to eat here, snack-wise, and has anything stood out to you?
So the jerky's not bad, the chips aren't bad, and the gummies.
I haven't seen the gummies. You're the second person to comment on the jerky, which that was my first snack review, if you've seen that yet, so I'll post that for sure. All right, Brendan, well, thanks for chatting with us, and we'll see you around tomorrow.
Thanks.
Okay, hey, we're back here at .dev with Brett from Helium. Brett, tell us a little bit about who you are and what you do.
I'm Brett. We're at Helium. We do app development stuff. We have Helium customer fields, and we're getting into some B2B registration and approvals. It's really great. I'm customer success manager, so I handle some of the support and just kind of help out around. We're a small team, so I kind of hop in and do whatever needs to be done.
Where are you guys based out of? Is it remote? Are you guys all in one office?
We're hybrid, but we most of our team's in the Seattle area, Gig Harbor, Washington. So
very good. And what is it that you hope to get out of be your time here at .dev?
This is my first time, so it's really exciting to just be here, meet a lot of the people. Josiah here's our OG, so he knows everyone. So it's great to just walk around with him, and he knows everyone. So it's literally just walk around behind him and meet people. So it's been super awesome.
I know we're still in day 1 here, but have you had a chance to attend any talks, and has anything stood out to you?
Yeah, I went to the customer accounts talk, which was just really great. That's mainly what we do at Helium. So being able to connect directly with the Shopify people working on that was awesome, just to hear what they're doing and what's coming down the pipe.
And I'm assuming you're a person just like me and have had a few snacks or meals along the way. What stood out to you from the gastrointestinal variety?
Oh, man. Honestly, we were at the Epic party last night, and they had little finger food appetizers and stuff. They had taquitos and really good chicken nuggets. It was amazing.
The word that was on the label next to them was much fancier than chicken nuggets, but you're right. Whatever those things were, they were very tasty.
I didn't pay attention to the label.
And what is it that you hope to bring home with you from here?
That's a great question. I think just some forward-looking knowledge. Like I said, just hearing from the Shopify folk about what's coming down the pipe, what they're working on next, just helps inform where we're going with our apps and stuff. So,
if people want to find you or learn more about Helium, where should they look?
You can look any of us up on LinkedIn or heliumdev.com.
Awesome. Thanks for talking.
Thanks.
Hey, we're back with Georgie Petrov, who I've just met here at .dev, and excited to ask him about what he does. So, Georgie, where are you from? What are you working on? And what do you hope to get from Shopify.dev?
Well, I'm originally from Bulgaria, and I'm working on UXify. We're agentic CRO, agentic performance, fully attributable, data-driven solution.
Very good. Now, when you say a word agentic, exactly how does that translate into the features and how the app works with users?
Right, we are very used to using tools and apps all the time, but with the new AI capabilities, we actually put AI to operate these tools for you so that you can sleep better and they find all situation right around the clock and they automatically fix it for you. So it's still tooling, but AI is the operator of this tooling, yeah.
Give us an example of a use case where this would be helpful for a merchant or agency. Who's your target audience?
So our target audience is anyone who turns traffic into revenue, and the merchants, e-merchants are like a very good use case of it. A good example would be like the everyday UX situations, like it could be fat fingering, like you're misclicking a button or something. The AI is learning where this misclick happens, and it automatically resolves it for you, and basically making a fluent experience for the user in the user journey. Yeah.
Very good. And what are you hoping to bring home with you from .dev?
Yeah, I'm hoping to bring home all new ideas and see what people are building, and hopefully we can get all this together. Like basically for the last 1 year, we saw a new industry popping up, and we're part of this big movement. So we want to be like at the forefront. Yeah.
Very good. And of course, people want to know, what have you had to eat here? Is there anything that stood out to you in terms of snacks or your lunch meal?
Yeah, I barely had any food, man. I really hope I had more time, but I'm just dreaming of a good steak right now.
A good steak. Well, I didn't see any steak lying around, but there's certainly plenty of other things to eat.
I know a very good steakhouse around the corner. Yeah.
And if people wanted to find more about you online, where should they go look?
I guess my LinkedIn or uxify.com. It will have plenty of new information. We just launched AI agents. We continue launching every week a new agent. That's a big thing happening on our site.
Excellent. It's nice to meet you. Enjoy the rest of your time.
Nice to meet you as well. Thank you.
All right. Hey, and we're here with Isaac at .dev. Isaac, tell us a little bit about yourself and what you do.
Hey everybody, my name is Isaac. I am a Shopify developer and a snack enthusiast. So this year at Editions, I've been trying all the snacks, and you guys do like your top picks or whatever. You have like.
Oh yeah.
What's the name of that?
Pick of the week.
So my pick of my snack pick of the of .dev is, we have some souffle puffs, white cheddar, and yerba mate Matina drink, and it's really been keeping me going. I just got out of the agentic search exhibition, and it was mind-blowing. I realized the entire approach that I had for building out a product page for a client is not the direction I should go, because apparently meta fields are not indexed by machine learning models. So learned something new today.
That's amazing. We'll get to that, but first, where did you find the white cheddar one at? I only found barbecue. I was looking for white cheddar.
This is special. You have to be in New York, based in New York, to get access to these. No Ohio-based people are allowed.
Spoken like a true New Yorker. Okay. Purple bag. I'll keep an eye out for that. So obviously you went to the agentic search thing, learned a bunch of stuff. Is there anything else that you learned today or that you hope to take away with you from .dev?
Yes. This is going to sound just as nerdy, but I didn't realize that anything that's JavaScript rendered is also not indexed, or the LMs don't, the machine models don't actually know any of that stuff. So like all the review apps that I've used before, all that stuff, I guess, just hasn't been being indexed by the models. So there's something.
That is something big to take home with you. All right. Any final thoughts?
Just good to be out here. It's good to be with the fam, with the community. It's good to see you guys. I feel like I'm at home. Yeah.
That's what we strive for here at Liquid Weekly. And if people want to find you online, where should they go?
You can find me on LinkedIn. You can just search my name, Isaac Wellish, and that's where I'm at, posting all the time. Not as much as these guys, though. You guys are posting today like multiple times. I don't know how you do it. You must have like bots that are doing it for you while you're here.
We just don't pay attention to the workshops, unfortunately. But no, it was good talking with you, Isaac, and we'll see you on LinkedIn. Hey, we're with Josiah, also with Helium now. And Josiah, tell us a little bit about you and what do you do at Helium?
Yeah, I'm a product manager at Helium, been in with the company for a while, and I'm also kind of the quasi-partnerships guy, mainly because I like talking to people.
All right, and what kind of partnerships do you typically form? What's your ideal sort of merchant or agency look like?
Agencies that already use our product, that we start to see an uptick in usage. I'll reach out to them and say, hey, you seem to be using our app quite a bit. What could we make better? And the agencies that we have the best relationship with are the ones that give us great feedback like, hey, this part sucks, make it better. And then on the app side, we also have partnerships with apps as well. And usually it's like Locksmith has been a big partner of ours for a long time. So like anywhere there's congruency between the different products, that's where we have a lot of success.
And what would you say, which feature or use case does your app most solve or help people with?
Specifically for the B2B side, we solve the problem with applications. Like for a prospective B2B customer, you might want to ask them some questions like, hey, do you have a valid tax ID? Do you have documentation to back that up? And we have auto approval workflows and we have manual workflows for approvals. So, and we also have a self-service side, so B2B customers can manage their own companies, locations, and contacts.
Amazing. And from your time here at DotDev, what is something that you have learned already and or hope to take home with you?
Yeah, customer accounts is getting some love soon. It's been getting love for the last 6 months. It's been cool to see that. And so just kind of just more of the runway for that and how we can adapt and deploy on that platform.
And have you had anything delicious to eat during your time here thus far?
Yeah, the chicken nuggets last night were dope. Lunch was also really good. The jerk chicken was great. I really enjoyed that.
See, I had the turkey salad. I think the jerk chicken would have been a way to go. So
it's jerk chicken. So can't go wrong with jerk chicken.
Excellent. Well, thanks for speaking with us. And if people want to know more about you or learn more about Helium, where should they go?
Find us on LinkedIn or heliumdev.com, or I'm not going to give my phone number out here, but yeah.
You can give out Brett's phone number.
I could, if only I knew it.
Awesome. Thanks for chatting. Hey guys, we're at DotDev talking to folks on the ground, boots on the ground, and with me here is Karl Platonov, who's come all the way from Barcelona. Tell us a little about yourself.
My name is Kirill. I'm building Shopify ads since 2021. My company called Platmart, and I'm doing the best swatches and price editor app.
And Karl, what is your preferred tech platform?
Shopify, of course, but except Shopify, Ruby on Rails is a framework, yeah. It's the right answer, yeah?
That's the right answer, and it's true. Karl and I met a while ago. He has an awesome template he put together to help bootstrap apps for Shopify based on Rails, and has done some amazing work. So, Karl, what are you hoping to get out of your time here at .dev?
So far, just exploring what's new in Shopify and talking to cool folks like you and to Shopify employees, learning what's coming, about new features and stuff.
Looking at the workshop list and hearing so far what you've heard today, is there anything in particular you're very interested in bringing home with you to apply?
I think Sidekick is number one thing. So I will be building Sidekick extension this week, hopefully today on the workshop, and I will publish it as soon as possible. And also, like previous workshop, is analytics. The native analytics is definitely something to explore as well.
Awesome. Well, thanks for chatting with us, Karl, and I hope you enjoy the rest of your time.
Thank you. Good luck.